Hey everybody, this is Neal Cappellino. Thanks for tuning into Your Sound. Today I'm going to talk to you about setting up a compressor on a vocal channel. Let's jump in with a session I've got ready to go here. This is kind of stripped down so you can just see the vocal channels, but the rest of the tracks are active. In the red are the vocals. So the middle track is the main vocal track. The one to the left of it is it has a decapitator on it, and I'm just getting some dirt and grit out of that. And the one to the left is a double that kicks in on the chorus. Each of these channels has an SSL plugin on it. First thing we're hitting is the high pass filter to filter out any low end that we don't need or want. Usually includes rumble and helps with keeping out any plosives down that low, although plosives tend to be up a little higher anyways. We've got a little bit of plus 3.5 or so at 3K for cut, and then we're shaving a little off with a low frequency shelf at 321, and that's just kind of lightening up the vocal, taking some of the weight off the bottom, especially when we're ganging up 2 or 3 tracks on a vocal. Trying to avoid the low frequency buildup down there. And for a pop vocal, we want it to shine. And I know we're going to be feeding this into a compressor too, so I tend to try and deal with any low frequency cut before I get to a compressor so that low frequency energy isn't triggering the threshold unnecessarily. Also on the SSL plugin, we're using the dynamic section, the compressor, set at 3-to-1 ratio, so a very gradual ratio, and a high threshold with fast attack and fast release. This set up this way specifically just to catch some quick peaks as they go by. Not really doing any heavy limiting or gain reduction here, just catching a couple of quick peaks as they go by so they're not ganging up and triggering the compressor either or jumping out of the track. All 3 of these tracks are being routed to a vocal auxiliary track, and that's where we're going to do our EQ and compression, and likewise we have our effect sends from there too. And I have a Moog EQ on the vocal track. We're going to use that for some tone shaping. I love the Moog EQ. UAD has their version of it, and it's really a go-to EQ for me with vocals especially, and we'll get to hear that in action as well. On the compression side, I'm going to pull up a UAD 1176, and specifically their anniversary edition. It's got a couple of features that other 1176 emulations don't have, in particular a 2-to-1 ratio, and on the attack side, if you go fully counterclockwise, it has a slow detent position. That's the absolute slowest attack you can get on this. And I love the tone of this compressor. They did a great job with it. So it's another go-to piece of gear for vocal stuff. So let's hear it in bypass, and then we'll kick it in and start tweaking the settings and see what we get.
I've been wandering down these roads, never sure which way to go. You're not lost till you're alone and on your own.
Okay, let's hear that same phrase, and now we'll start messing around here.
I've been wandering down these roads, never sure which way to go. You're not lost till you're alone and on your own. All these streets with their own names, miles and miles of rough terrain. These cities all look the same until you came.
Okay, I like that. It's a good starting point. There was one point in there where the vocal just seemed to pop through, but it wasn't too loud, and the balance of his consonants and might be a little bit sibilant here and there, but you can get away with that in pop music. There's a lot of energy in that, I think, as long as it's not biting or too much. You'll notice that the quicker I go on the release setting, which is clockwise, the quicker the compressor recovers, and consequently the less grab it will have overall. And the opposite is true with the attack setting. So the slower I go with the attack setting, the less the compressor grabs If I go faster with the attack setting, which is clockwise for this compressor, the more it will grab and the less it will let the air in the top end through on the compressor. So slower settings keep a more open vocal sound. Faster settings will clamp down on it a little quicker and give you several more dB in gain reduction. But I think this is a good starting point. I might automate some parameters if we get into the chorus and it hits a little bit harder. But good place to start. I hope that helps. Good luck, and we will talk to you next time.